This is the Tandy Show, TandyCast Creative Saskatoon, and thank you for tuning in. Today we have Bex, R&B vocalist, entertainer, and I'm interested in talking to her about past works and future projects. Let's get started. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So I was hoping that you could give us some more information on who Bex is.
Oh gosh. That's one of those questions, isn't it? Because you have to know yourself to be able to answer it appropriately, but no one really knows exactly who they are at any point in time without a lot of self-discovery.
True. So through some of your experience, let's start off, where did you get the name?
It seemed like a good short nickname. It's based off of my dad would always just call me Bex as a kid, because Rebecca's pretty formal. And he's the one who got to choose my name, so...
No, I figured as much. I was thinking, it was like, what does Bex mean? What is the symbolicness in the, like, R&B and the...
It's just short, you know? Like,
it's just short Rebecca, right?
Memorable, you know?
No, that's nice. It's an endearing name. I really enjoy it.
Thanks.
So it's been over 2 years. Is that true, since the first EP that you've released?
About two. Well, a little over two, because it would have been Arrhythmia. The first EP came out Valentine's Day of 2017. Okay. Yeah.
2017.
Yeah.
And what was the name of that album?
Arrhythmia.
And where would people be able to find it if they were looking for it?
It is on Bandcamp right now. Okay. It was on Google Play when they had their Google Artist Hub, was an availability to use where you didn't have to use a distribution thing to put out your music. You could just put it on there yourself. They got rid of that. Yeah, they got rid of that feature, so it was taken off of Google Play. But it's on Bandcamp.
Great. And that's under Bex, right?
Yeah.
And that's spelled B-E-X?
Yeah, just B-E-X.
Perfect. That's I mean, it would be really good to have your work out there, and I think Bandcamp has always been such a good supporting, like, outlet for many artists all over the world. So in that album, did you have any notable, like, collaborations?
The lead single off of it, called Careful, there's a feature verse by Tyler Lee, aka Skizza. He did an episode of your show just recently.
Great.
Little shout out to Skizza.
Nice.
Yeah, so he did a verse on Careful. It was the first song that I actually produced and wrote and recorded ever. Like, that's the first one I ever did by myself. It wasn't a collaboration with anybody. Yeah, just did it on GarageBand in my basement on my computer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that what you are you usually producing your own?
Yeah, a lot of it myself. Yeah.
You're in the engineer seat a lot of times.
Well? I like to. I have done with collaborations with other artists. It's usually something that they've produced or that they've gotten from other producers. But all of my solo work, I really try and have control over every facet of the creation of it, just because it feels more personal and it feels more authentically entirely me, rather than feeling very disjointed if you don't have the same vibe between the producer and the artist. Like, it's tough for me to get that connection because I'm so new. I haven't quite found that gel yet. On the new EP, there is another producer who produced 2 of the tracks on the new EP, though.
And so you like that personal feel. You don't want little pieces of you. You want the whole...
I want the whole package.
Nice. I like that.
And I just want to touch everything. Like, I want to learn how to do everything from the ground up, so that I have that knowledge base. So if I ever have to work with somebody else, I can speak their language and we can communicate better.
And how important is that, right? Like,
it's so important. Relationships with who you work with in music should be very harmonious. Like, you should be able to tell them anything, be, like, really honest about what direction it's going, whether you like it, whether you hate it, whether you could work with it but should rather not. Like, yeah.
Honesty. That's the word. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to have that backbone too to be able to tell people.
Yeah.
I'm not digging this project, or I'm not this session. There's something wrong in this work or something.
Absolutely.
And have you ever had to come across a time like that where it's been like not so accepting?
Yeah.
You're not into this
Absolutely. I'm a pretty like anxious person when it comes to confrontation, so it's something that I'm definitely going to through the learning process of being more honest about saying like this doesn't work for me, like I don't know if I'm feeling this enough to honestly put my entire self into it. It wouldn't be my best work because I'm not like connected to it enough. I have to get better at that. I mean, everybody has to grow into those things.
So with these past projects you've had, Skiza, is there anybody else on the album, the last album there?
The new one that just came out, This Isn't Me, there's 2 tracks on it produced by a local producer who used to go by Margin, but now he'd like to be referred to as Mark Jensen. And he's a really quite genius producer. He's very like old school trip hop kind of influence. He's really vibey. I really like his stuff. We've like connected really well as artists and like discussing music business together, and just like our personalities are pretty good. Like we gel well together. So I really wanted to work with him. We've done 3 tracks together. We've done a feature that I did with him that I sang on one of his instrumental beats that he released, was called Without It. And that was a pretty popular one. It went fairly well. It got some radio play on a university station in Calgary, which was really cool. That was the first time I ended up on radio at all. So, yeah, he's on the album, 2 tracks, Smoke and If It Isn't Love. He released under these like volume 1 and volume 2 kind of instrumental releases that he did just as a producer, because he just does like instrumental stuff. And then since we got along so well and he liked my voice enough, he was like, you should listen to these and you should try and make something out of them and try and put some voice to it and see how that works out. And he was happy with it, and so it worked out that way. And he was very kind to let me put them on the new EP and release them with my voice on them, so I was very grateful for that.
That's great. Yeah. I was gonna ask, where did you get your start in the singing?
Singing in general.
Yeah, the business.
Singing in general as a thing, as a direction, I guess, in life. I started really, really young. I've been singing for about 20 years, maybe a little bit longer than that. My dad was a musical theater guy and went to fine arts school and did opera training and all that stuff. And my mom was also a folk musician when she was younger.
Great background.
So musical family, like out to here, like a lot, like they all did music. My sister is a singer too. She doesn't do it as much now that she's got a family to, be around and support, so she doesn't do that as much. But
little bit of a different direction.
Yeah.
That's all.
So I've always wanted to do it, and it's just been the last couple of years that I've started writing and learning how to produce and record and take it really seriously and business minded and really grinded.
I like that you're into that.
Yeah, you've got to want to do it. You got to be hungry, starving for it. Otherwise, you're gonna fall back, lose motivation, which is a huge thing. Because it's disheartening sometimes when you feel like you don't fit into the industry, or you're too late to it. Because I'm definitely not like a young artist. If I considered starting earlier, but then was I ready? Was I at the level that I am now that I can express myself the way I can? Probably not. So I try not to let it weigh me down to think that I started too late or anything like that.
Yeah. That's interesting. I like that. Because that's probably a lot of artists or a lot of people that are thinking about engaging in something along the arts do feel that way.
Yeah.
Or even education. A lot of people don't even want to get into the education like university or something because they feel it's too late or something.
Oh, we age ourselves all the time. We age ourselves out of opportunities, of passions, of dreams.
Age ourselves out of opportunities.
We do.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we really do, because you're convinced, especially in being a female artist, especially, I'm considered by a lot of industry standard, like big upper people, I'm aged out. Mm-hmm. Because I started like doing this seriously like 2 years ago. I was around 28 when I first started learning how to produce and getting my songs made into what they are now. Like that's pretty late industry standard wise for a woman.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
In the bigger scheme of production and
Yeah.
everything, for sure.
Yeah, as a female art, like a solo artist, for sure.
Yeah.
Like there's so much you don't want to fall into that as an artist. Like you hate it that people like put you in that box of being like, oh well, she's not young though, so is she marketable enough?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want it to be about that at all.
As it shouldn't be, right? The music should be like when someone hears a song that you've created and you've put yourself into fully. Mm-hmm. That's what you want them to listen with their ears. Right?
Yeah.
You don't want them to listen. With
I don't want them
eyes.
looking at my driver's license and being like, I don't know, girl, what's that? I don't know. She's 5'6". She's got blue eyes, brown hair. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna like her music.
Yeah. Like, completely incorrect, right? Like,
right, yeah.
In the path to be seeking for talent and for enjoyable art. Like, that's not the...
Absolutely. When you look at paintings, do they put their age on the bottom of a painting? No, never.
Yeah.
I've never seen it done in my life, unless it's one of those like little art competition things for like elementary school kids. It's like, she's 11 and she painted this. Like, that's cute. But
well, that's great. I enjoyed hearing a lot about you and the past album you were working on, and a little bit about the future albums you were working on. Yeah. Have you been performing? Have you been getting yourself out there in that manner?
I have. I just last night got back from Regina, where played a show with Skizza and opening for Chad L.E. McGee on his most recent tour. We played at Cloud9. Got back at 2 a.m. last night, or early this morning, I guess I could say that.
Well, thank you for making it.
Yeah. No, it's gotta do it, right?
Nice. Be as productive as you can. I like that. I like that a lot. So what would the new project be called? What's the name to that, the new release that came out?
The new EP that came out on Halloween is called This Isn't Me.
This Isn't Me.
This Isn't Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you use? What's the...
I just use GarageBand. I'm pretty happy with just sort of, using what I have, and I try not to get into the mindset of having to have like the most modern and the most comprehensive tools to create things, because I can't like get focused on that. Otherwise, I'm going to be that person who's like, oh, you don't use Pro Tools? You only use digital and you don't use analog? Ooh. Like, I don't want to get into that, because, some people paint with their feet and it's still good. So really, like...
Oh, yeah, you don't need the best. Like, do with what you have.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Like, to be an artist that is doing phenomenal work, you don't need the best industry standard. Like, you don't. You
just use your facility how it is,
You use your mental resource, use whatever you can.
Yeah. I just vocal cords and I have like a little MPK Mini to Akai little keyboard drum pad thing. That's my fun little composition tool. Those are neat. I like that. Yeah, look at that. Got a little keyboard action there.
That's our... My brother bought that for our niece there.
That's adorable. Yeah, expose the kids young to music.
Exactly.
Oh, you gotta have it. It's important.
Well, that's really good. I've really enjoyed having this conversation. There's a few other questions that I definitely have for you. Like, what are your future plans? What do you have past this album? Is it a lot of touring? Is it going to be working on new material? What's the next goal? What's the next step?
So far, I'm preparing for a few upcoming shows. We're doing with the label that I'm associated with called Pro Revolution Productions. We're going to be filming a New Year's special for Shaw Stripped Down Live. We're filming it November 21st, but it'll be aired on New Year's on Shaw Stripped Down Live. So I've got to get myself ready for that and hopefully do a really great show with the rest of the amazing artists on the label. And then I've got a couple other shows in December. I definitely want to start at least getting into the writing mode of like exploring ideas and, creative spaces of a full-length album. I'd love to put one out because I have 2 EPs out now and one collaborative effort album with Tyler Lee with SZA called 11 Victory, and that's a full-length album, 11 tracks.
Yeah, well, I've heard a bit about that.
Nice.
That was really good.
Nice, thank you. I'm really proud of that one. It's some of my favorite material to perform. A lot of it's a little bit more upbeat and more like boom bap hip hop beats than the stuff that I do that's a little bit sort of almost emo, modern R&B hip hop kind of pressed into something weird. I don't know.
No, you had more than me. I was just gonna say soulful.
Yeah, I would love. Yeah, that's a great descriptor. I like that. That's always nice to hear.
That's amazing. But yeah, like, do you have any shout outs? Like people that that are on your mind that you feel in Saskatoon, outside of Saskatoon?
Yeah.
Influences and anything that you could give us?
Gosh, there's a few, because there's a lot of people to thank and give a lot of love to for what everything has become so far in the past couple of years. First of all, Tyler Lee, SZA, because he's been my music partner for a long time, and we've known each other for half of our lives. Like, we went to high school together. And he's always been like a huge support system for me, and we write well together, and he's just like a super inspiring, super creative genius mind of an artist. So like, love him, love you, SZA. Definitely my boss at my day job, because she's like my other mom, and she fights for me all the time, and she makes me want to work hard. She instills values in me all the time and teaches me lessons. Important. Yeah, so she's dope. Bridget at Head to Tail Pet Spa, where I have my day job. Working with animals is great. That helps with music. You gotta love it. One of my best friends who moved away, his name is Tim. He's out in BC now. He used to come to all my shows. I miss you, Tim. Hope you can make it to one someday. I don't know. I'll have to come out there, I guess. Big love to Tim. And big ups to you for having me on the show.
Oh, thank you.
There's a lot of love there too, because that's an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, you have an appetite.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
So thank you.
I'm ready to eat.
No, I thank you. I hope to, see a performance coming up soon. I hope you keep us posted.
Absolutely.
Is there any other social media that they could contact you on, or let's say someone was wanting you for an event?
Yeah, they can get me on Instagram at Beck's Music Official. So that's one. And then I've also got a Facebook artist page, and that's at Beck's Music Creations. I also have a Twitter, but I'm barely on there, and it's Beck's Music Offish. So BEXMUSICOFFISH. Beck's Music Offish.
All right. Well, on such short notice, I thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been so great.
Yes.
To have another person on our show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Loved it.